Welcome everyone to the video. Welcome to the channel. I'm not a happy camper. Not a happy camper right now. I just realized that after filming this whole video, it's not in the right format for me to edit it. And why is that? Because I'm having more trouble with my recording software. I don't know what happened, with these last updates to my NVIDIA drivers, my NVIDIA broadcast software, but it just messed everything up. It kept crashing. I finally rolled everything back, reinstalled everything, uninstalled everything, and I forgot to change what format I want my videos recorded in or saved as. So, for the last hour and a half, I can't use any of it. So, I'm going to re-record it. It's kind of late. It's an evening for me, and I already started in the evening, so it's even later than that. I already went through my whole glass here of a Glenmorangie, I think I pronounced that right, glass here, which I've already been working on. I did have a couple of, because it's late, I typically do put some water and or ice in my drinks the later it goes. I don't know why, it's just a personal preference, but that's almost gone. What do we have here? Kirkland bottled in bond. Kirkland this is Costco branded. Our Costco's here in California, they offer several selections, not just bourbon whiskey, but also Scotch whiskeys, Irish whiskeys in the Kirkland form. And obviously you get a Kirkland price. I believe this is $18.99 if I'm not mistaken, right around $20, I believe. I'm pretty sure. So that is the whiskey that we are drinking this evening. Very smoky whiskey, very, very smoky, very much, it reminds me of my years in my 20s, because we were always out and about camping, hiking during the, spring, summertime. If there was no snow on the ground, we were camping, we were hiking, we were paintballing, big into paintballing. I was obviously in a way better shape than I am now. I was working out, training, and everything for those reasons. Snowboarding, I was big, we were big in snowboarding, huge snowboarder. If there was snow on the ground, we were out there snowboarding. So this is just really reminiscent of more than, not snowboarding, but more or less being out there by a campfire. This is a bourbon whiskey, so typically from bourbon whiskeys, you get the huge cherry punch in when I'm drinking it. Just cherries is in the forefront. Here is the smoke that's in the forefront. Just a really good one. I don't know exactly what distillery this comes out of. They don't really tell you, but it's good. Usually they're all pretty good. It's 100 proof, so we got 50% alcohol. Bottled and bond. And bottled and bond, there's certain rules and everything. I'm not going to go over that now because I did go over that in the other video, which I'm not going to be able to use. Maybe in a future video, I will review all that. But let's look it up, what bottled and bond means. It's not really a thing nowadays. Don't really have to. It was a way that they can ensure that you're getting a good quality. You're actually getting a good whiskey. Because back in the day, there were a lot of sus distilleries out there, as the kids say today. But let's just jump right into it because I've already done a lot of talking for nothing. Like the video, please. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and comment down below. I gotta go over to what sold. There we go. Okay, let's get through this here. We're gonna do the breakdown really quick of costs. Hawk lapel microphone, tiny little microphone. It's a wired one. You see me wearing a wireless one in my videos when I'm out thrifting. This is just a wired version, a wired variant. You would plug this into probably some sort of not receiver, but something that would transmit your audio to a receiver. So like old school, like they used to do in old school Secret Service movies. What did it sell for? It sold for $35.23. The grand total of $45.01. And then eBay's got to take their fees. They subtract, first of all, sales tax, the transaction fees on the $45.01. And then the actual shipping label is $4.84. That's what I actually paid. So $33.18 is what will get deposited. Then the actual fee breakdown, as you can see in this category right here, typically you would see 12.35%. In this category, it is 9%. Be aware that fees are going up next week by 0.35%. 0.35%. They are going up, so just be aware of that. This will go up. Well, some categories are going to go up, not all categories. Not sure if this category will or not. I'll have to double check on that, but it's not something that will change what I'm doing, change what I'm picking up. You know, if it does, if 0.35% is going to change everything for your business and might make it or break it, you know, then you really got to be thinking about what you're buying, what you're selling, how you're running things. Shouldn't have that much of an effect. It's not that much. And then plus being a top rated plus seller, you know, you get that extra 10% off the final value fee. So the 41 cents, which cancels out this final value fee, which you get the 40 cents if it's over, as you can see, $10.01 or more. So $4.05 is what the actual fees are for this item. So that's the breakdown of the fees and what actually gets deposited, which is the $33.18. Again, apologize if I'm moving quickly. It's just I am upset with myself more than anything for not remembering to change the settings here. Or change the settings back. Okay. Where's my pen at? Messenger bag. Now, the reason why I feature this messenger bag here is really for the brand name. Green Room 136 is a name you should be on the lookout for. I've only encountered it once, and it's a great brand. Really reminds me of the other one I come across from time to time is Chrome Industries. Just a very heavy-duty bag. Heavy-duty, tactical, travel, commuter, messenger bag. What it sells for, $90. So definitely be on the lookout for this brand. $11.41 is what the shipping was. This went in a 20 by 12 by 6 box. And I had a lot of items go in unusual sized boxes this week. So just the theme of the week. So, and plus it makes life easier, you know, instead of me trying to cram this in any other box. The 2012-6 was, it fit this perfectly. And then I put some the little pillow, little airbags. I get a bunch of those from Uline all the time. Not that I order them specifically from Uline, but every time I place an order, I always get, they always stash a whole bunch of these inside the boxes I get with the boxes that are inside boxes. And then I always have a whole bunch of them laying around. So really great, just to prevent the item from moving around. Not that it would damage this kind of an item, but, it helps. It helps the situation there. Okay. Let me see here. Okay, just got to answer messages really quick. What's going on here? Making sure to stay on top of messages, not just from family, but also from eBay people. Okay. All right. Or from customers, I should say. So really cool. Keep your eye out for this brand name. I think I'm moving too fast. Okay, so this was interesting. I don't think this is something that I think a lot of people should know. DJ equipment. It does incredibly well, sells really well. Generally, most of it sells for a premium. There's definitely a name to look out for, although there are some low-end items that come out of this company as well, too, which are not worth it. And the reason why I feature this DJ equipment here is because when I picked this up, another reseller had picked this item up. Another reseller I see all the time in my area. I see a lot of resellers in my area. So, if competition is something that is holding you back, don't let it, because I have so much competition and I still pick up great items all the time. As a matter of fact, the person that picked this up looked this item up and put it back. When I picked it up, I knew the brand, I picked it up, looked up the model number really quick. It definitely had some weight to it. And I thought maybe $30 or $40 initially. And I was like, all right, it's not bad. We'll put it in the cart. But upon further review, it was actually worth a little bit more, closer to $60. And what did it sell for? $55.77. Shipping cost on that was $11.84. This went in a 1410 by 6 box. So just be aware, just because there's other resellers in your area doesn't mean that, they're going to take all the good stuff. They're not. I saw him pick it up. I know the guy. I know he picks up items all the time. He resells items all the time. And he left this one behind. So I pick up I can fill up carts with other resellers walking by, going through the area already. I can still fill up a cart if I really wanted to. But just maybe they missed it. Maybe they did it. Maybe they didn't meet their criteria or not. But we're making some great money on this item. Maybe it was too big. Maybe they didn't feel like shipping it out. They didn't think they could ship it out. But piece of cake. Piece of cake. All right. This definitely came out in a video not too long ago, but I believe this was 2 videos ago or 3 videos ago. Vintage abacus. With this, lotus flower abacus, look out for the one. It's more of a lighter brown. I forget. It's like, I can't pronounce it right, but it looks like rosewood. It's definitely a lighter wood, and that one goes for hundreds of dollars. So keep your eye out for these loaded. I mean, they still sell really well. This one here sold within a day, and it sold for $28.71. $28, $7.41 is what they paid in shipping on this one, and this one actually in an Amazon box that I had because it was very very thin, and this item was very thin. I wrapped it 3 times in bubble wrap and was able to put it in this box. It was 20 by 8 by 4, and I did cut the box a little bit down just to squeeze it, to make sure it didn't move around in there. It just wasn't enough space to add additional packaging to it. Maybe I could add some extra bubble wrap, but I thought it'd be safe, probably fine. It was only going a short freeway trip away, so it was just going over to Fremont. Still got to package it well though, even if it's going within your same city. Fremont's not within my same city, but it's not that far. Even if it's not going very far, you still want to make sure to package it well because it's still got to move through the system. You don't know what's going to happen. But I was able to use an Amazon box for this one, and it made it there safe. So really, really cool. Keep your eye out for these abacuses, vintage ones as well too. I saw modern ones too as well. I believe I passed over one from IKEA because it just really wasn't worth it. But keep your eye out for them. They do well. Do well. This little charm bracelet, this Disneyland charm bracelet, Disney charm bracelet, I had sitting here on my desk. I'm cleaning things out, and I just had it sitting here. It was from a jewelry buy many months ago, so it's been sitting around. I finally had it here. I was like, I'm just gonna get it listed. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it really. So listed it, sold within a matter of an hour. Within an hour, and $9.85 is what it sold for. So not too much. We're not getting rich on it, but then a fast sale. $5.14 is what they paid in shipping. So I do have another one of these. So keep her out for these vintage Disney items. Not all Disney is is necessarily good, but charm bracelets do incredibly well. Regular charm bracelets, they sell incredibly well. Sterling silver charm bracelets do incredibly well. The Pandora charm bracelet, if you ever find that out there, or the charms. But this one here, incredibly fast, just a vintage. There's little like PVC characters, and quick sale. A vintage cedar box, Lane cedar chest, a salesman sample. So obviously it's something that a salesman would present to a potential customer. They'd place the order. They would get the full size one. But really, really cool. Definitely keep your eye out for cedar boxes. People like cedar boxes. Vintage ones do really well. This one sold for $21.45. $10 what they paid in shipping. Oh, did I say the charm bracelet went in one of my small padded poly bags? This one here went in a hat box. 975 box is what this one went into. And it's just really cool. I mean, I like the smell of cedar, and a lot of other people do like the smell of cedar. And it came with a little lock, although the lock I don't think worked. I was trying it out, but I couldn't get it to work. but I included it anyway. Let them know in the description that the lock did not work. But really, really cool. Sold very, very fast. I believe this came out in my video yesterday when this video comes out. So keep your eye out for little cedar boxes. They do incredibly well. I really don't pick up too many like wooden boxes unless it's something old, something vintage, something with provenance. It has the information there for me to look up. And then we have a visors, visors just like hats. Most of them are going to sell sub $10. So the ones that go for over 20, I definitely want to feature here and let everyone know, these are hats that go for over $20. I think if it goes for over 20, it's a really, really good hat. If it goes for more than that, it's really, really, really good. But I'll definitely feature them if they do go for up over $20. This one here, $22.14. Definitely keep your eye out. Old Del Monte. I think this was a cannery. Initially, we actually have that here in San Jose. There's an old, it doesn't work anymore. It's not an operating cannery, but the area is known as Cannery Row. I think it's called Cannery Row because there's an old Del Monte canning place. And so this visor went in one of my hat boxes, $9.75, and that was $5.62 is what the shipping was on this. Keep your eye out for it. Goes for over $20. Cool. Now we have a bank, just a way to store your money, money or quarters, dimes, or nickels. It's still money. A way to sort it, keep it stored. Sorters do incredibly well. Banks do incredibly well. Cash sorters or coin sorters do incredibly well. This actually has a little lock that goes associated with this. I don't think that lock is really going to keep anybody out, but it's just a cool retro piece here, mid-century modern, maybe 80s, maybe not so much mid-century modern, maybe more 80s on this one. But really, really cool. It just put your coins in it and that's it. It doesn't really have you can't really put, the actual like quarter sleeves in there or anything like that. It doesn't fit. It actually, you got to put the coins in there itself, but just a really, really cool piece, just retro piece. Keep your eye out for these sorters. They do incredibly well. Oh, that went in a large padded poly bag. This actually has the original box with it, so I was able to wrap it up with some bubble wrap and put it in one of my large padded poly bags. Did I say what it sold for? $18.05, $6.53 is what the shipping was, what they paid. Okay, CrowdStrike, cybersecurity company. Be on the lookout for these little action figures from these companies. And or merch that they sell. Some of them do better than others. You see me pick up NVIDIA stuff. Another one that sold really well was GitHub, which is a place where you can go download software. They have a little like cat octopus, and I did sell that action figure for I think close to $50. This one here sold for $37.38, $12.52. No, wrong one. $10 what they paid in shipping on this. Went in a $9.75 box, and the character actually looks like I did take a close-up picture in the actual listing, but the character looks like Spider-Man. In one of the storylines, he actually turns into a large spider, and that's what it kind of looks like here. Not in the movies, but in the comics and TV series. Oops. Nope. We don't want to go that way. There we go. Okay, this is a really cool piece. My wife found this one at Goodwill. It's all brass, solid brass. It's a heavy piece, mid-century modern. It's an ink well, but it isn't necessarily not for ink. The pen actually has a little cartridge in there. You definitely will need to get a new cartridge for this in order for the pen to work. But it's a really cool piece of decor. Retro vibes. We definitely look out for brass. Brass does incredibly well. Any old school writing instruments do really well. The old school pens do really well. Cross. There's other very high-end brands as well too. Not that this necessarily is a high-end brand. It's not, it's a good solid brass piece. There's no markings on it at all. There's no brand name on it at all. It's just a really cool item. Got to get good at your keywords if you want to get these items sold that do not have brand names on them. You just got to get good at keywords. That's what you have to do in order to get these items sold. Brass does incredibly well. You just have to make sure to be able to get it for the right price. Most brass is going to be overpriced. Or you're going to pay too much for it, usually. So try to get brass as low as possible. It will do really well, especially solid brass items. And this is a cross. Oh, the brass piece went inside 12 by 8 by 6 box. Cross stitch. Now these cross stitch, I find a lot of these dimensions. I was kind of surprised at how quickly this small one sold. How quickly it sold for. It sold for $8 $5.80 for shipping. I gotta slow down a little bit. I'm trying to rush a little bit because, like I said, I already did this whole video. Still annoyed with myself. But I was kind of shocked at how quickly these sold for. I think I might only have one more left. I got 11 of them in a giant pack. They were all rubber band together at a Goodwill for $6 something cents. I usually typically find the larger variants of this, which do okay. They definitely do sell. It takes a little bit more time, but they do sell. These smaller ones, which I'll definitely be on the lookout for now, sold incredibly fast. And I was fine with this one selling for $8 because I did take an offer on it. But the other ones are selling for right around $10 to $11, which are, we're going to make great money. Overall, on the whole bundle, we're making some great money on it. Keep your eye out for these cross-stitch ones. They do incredibly well. Make sure they are brand new. These smaller ones seem to be in high demand. So if you find these smaller ones, keep your eye out for them. Sell them. This went into one of my smaller poly bags. Padded poly bag, that is. And the last piece is the Target dog. Now, the Target dog went for $12.27. $5.62 is what they paid in shipping. Something very unusual with these Target dogs is they always seem to go overseas for some weird reason. I don't know why. The last Target dog I sold was a plush that went over to England. This one, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is going over to Germany. Weird. Don't know why they love the Target dog so much, but people love this Target dog. Overseas, that is. So really, really cool. I did package this up a little bit. Typically, if it was going somewhere around here, around here, I mean US, I would put this in a poly bag, wrap it up with some bubble wrap. Bubble wrap is your friend, because it is small. But because it's going overseas, I've seen packages completely demolished and destroyed. So I did put this in a small little box with a plenty of packaging material so that way I can survive the trip. Really cool piece. Keep your eye out for it. We got this for less than $1. So it is associated with Valentine's because I saw other people listing it as the Valentine's dog. So I did so too. Maybe that helped get it sold. Maybe it didn't, but it still sold. And I think these dogs are pretty popular anyway. All right, let's get over to the discussion phase. Hey, you've made it to the end. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please like the video by hitting the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel by hitting my little round icon down below. It really does help us out here. Also, you'll find a couple of selections. You'll see a playlist of videos to watch and my most recent video that I did upload.